switch off and then switch on. And I think when you're not used to the competitive element, like when it's really on the line, you forget how to do that. So you need to do this. You know, it'd be nice to do it sort of 10 days in a row kind of thing, because it's not that easy. You just turn it on and think like you're not what you used to be, and you don't have the same confidence, even though everything looks the same. It's what goes inside you. But yeah, it gets obviously easier. It's easier to. I'm better today in practice than I was yesterday. So it's more of getting used to the pace of these guys playing as well, and the focus that goes into no mistakes at all, compared to playing with normal people where there's 2 in and 1 out. Here is sort of 9 in and maybe 1 out. Big difference.
We ask questions about technology, proper training, recovery. Everybody is different. What's your take?
Well, I think the questions about technology should not be answered by looking at what the pros do. Because the pros are playing the game at a completely different. You're not talking about golf where the ball is lying still. The pros have a certain technique because the ball is traveling so fast, and therefore you have a lot of open stance shots. But that's because the ball is coming at 100 miles an hour every shot, and you just deflect it back and forth. When you learn how to play tennis, you need to look at instructional manuals from the 70s and 80s. Apply the same footwork, same shoulder sort of thing, and then use whatever grip you use. And then as the game picks up, as you get better, you're going to have to retreat to less good technique because the ball's coming faster.
Newer fates, compression clothing, compression socks and being embraced. How about tennis players?
Well, you know that the rackets have changed a lot, the strings have changed a lot, and with that, the focus on training is quite different than it used to be. We used to run a lot, and today obviously they run, but there's more sprints, and they have the instrument in their hand that can create certain shots because of technology, but you need to be really strong to do it.
Of the majors that you won, which one holds the most special place in your heart?
Australian Open, I guess.
Why is that?
Because you're asking.
No, I'm actually English.
Oh,
Killing me here.
Not Wimbledon. I don't know. They're all so different. You know, it's like what's better, a sunny day on the beach in the Caribbean, or a snowy, cold day inside in front of the fireplace in Sun Valley, Idaho? I'm not sure. You know, they're so different. You can't go there. It's a matter of the big picture and how you come out at the end. And if you come out pretty happy with your effort, and then on top of that you get pretty good results that not other people are impressed by, but you actually wonder yourself, how the hell did that happen? Wow, amazing. That's cool. But again, I hope the best day is tomorrow.
What are your thoughts about the roof on centre court at Wimbledon?
Well, I don't know, I haven't played in there, but yeah, I mean, it makes sense, of course. I don't think that it should be used ever until the semis and the finals. I think we should stay away from playing Monday finals at any major, especially the US Open. But because they've had 4 years in a row where it's been a Monday final, and it's a little unfair for the game, I think. For the players, maybe, for the crowd also, but more for the sport itself. It needs to be played on the day it's supposed to be played. Beginning of the tournament, I think they need to wait and play it outdoors as often as they can.
Yeah.
So I'm not for it, but when it comes down to the end of it's too important for the sport to be playing at the right time.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of a Monday final, there's a Monday final in London, the ATP finals. Have you kept track of it all? Have any thoughts on what's been going on this week?
I have, yeah. I've watched. Well, I haven't watched. I didn't watch yesterday, but I watched most of it. Yeah. I mean, it's the same. Sort of the same old, you know. There's a Spanish, a Serb, a Swiss, and a Scot. It's just the Spanish guy's a different name, and he steps in when Nadal is not around. So, yeah, I mean, I think that they're very impressive. The four of them are, the three of them now, and with Nadal, and then Ferrari. I think you have to throw them in there too. They're very impressive. At the same time, it is a professional game, and everybody trains the same, and it seems a bit shallow that guys like Berdych and Del Potro and Tsonga can't go in with more of a winning attitude. I mean, are they not human, the other four? We have big players in every generation, and Sampras lost, Agassi lost. They all lost because the other guy thought he was going to win, and you ever get the feeling that the other guys don't actually think they are going to win sometimes, which is it's good for the sport to have recognizable faces, but at the same time, it's not that it's hard to be the best player in the world, but it's not impossible. And they sort of look like they think it is. The rest of it. I think you can go and say the top 4 players in the world right now, most probably the best top 4 that we've ever had, and the rest, the next 96 out of the 100, in relative terms, might be the worst that we ever had, because they don't beat the best guys, and that never used to happen. So obviously they're much better, and the competition is much harder. But in relative terms, it's very rare that they upset the big, and that's sort of worrying, I think.
So like Delpo beat Fed today in the round robin.
Well,
but do you
maybe
think
Federer doesn't want to play Murray.
Well, he's going to play him on the
Is he playing one anyway?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
then he's wrong.
Anyway, so you're saying like Delpo and Burdick and Tsonga, they need to
Yeah,
step
I mean,
up
Delpo
more.
has done it obviously once. So he's doing it to Federer. I mean, there's, it's amazing. Once you beat a guy in a big final, you have that in you. You think it's going to happen. It's just the sort of 13-0 records and all that, and it's not the way it looks. It's not. It's the way that you. It's not what happens at the end. It's the way it looks. And is that good for the? Is it good for the game? Good for the sport? I don't know. It's great to have the best 4 players in the world at playing at this time. They're unbelievable. Don't get me wrong. They're amazing. But sometimes you wonder why they are running around applauding Federer's shot. It's to him, Oh, great shot, Roger. But why would you do that? He's kicking your ass. You should be angry, not happy you're playing against the best player of all time, So it's nice. Del Potro, I think he is most probably the one with the biggest heart of the ones behind, and maybe not talent, but he's got a big game, and he loves it. He loves competing, and that's why he is sometimes doing it and has won a major. Yeah.
Good.
Cool.
Pretty good.